Hi, my name is Joanna Tierno, and I'm from Staten Island, New York. And I was born with hypogammaglobulinemia, and I'm also diagnosed with hypocomplementemia. I had a very long road to diagnosis and treatment. They knew that there was something wrong with my immune system very young. I started getting symptoms at about 6 months old. I wasn't gaining weight normally, was vomiting, wasn't growing normally. And then later came ear infections and pneumonia, bronchitis, kidney infections. I had swollen liver and spleen. A lot of infections all throughout my childhood. So they tested my immune system and they saw I wasn't making enough antibodies. But nobody really recommended immune globulin until I was about 13 years old. And at that point, my family didn't really understand the diagnosis, and they weren't sure if immune globulin would be the right thing for me, if it was going to make my immune system worse. And nobody really told me what I had either or explained it to me. So I didn't start immune globulin until my early 20s, and it made the biggest difference in my life. I went from being sick all the time and being sick a month or more each time I got sick, having even a cold, always turn into something that would require a few rounds of antibiotics, to now I'm much more like a normal person. I sometimes get just a normal cold, or I get better in a few days as opposed to having it take a month for me to get better, so I don't get all the complications. And I definitely have like more energy and less pain. So it's really, really changed my life, and I just only wish that I had started it sooner, because a lot of the illnesses that I suffered maybe didn't have to be quite so bad. It's important when you have a PI to be your own advocate. On being your own advocate, you can't let anybody really intimidate you, because it's your body and your health, and the issues that we stand up for are issues that are going to affect our lives. So it is very important to stand up for ourselves and to advocate. And IDF has been wonderful with everything that they've done for patients, from IVIG Access Act to early newborn screenings. They've done so much for patients like us to make our lives easier. It's just amazing. And staying positive. It's hard to stay positive when you're fighting a lot of different problems with your health. I'm not really sure what helps me to stay positive. Just, I guess, always just striving to make the best out of any situation, out of each day. Because life is short, and this is the life that you have, so you just always got to make the best of it. And that does make you healthier if you're always striving to do your best and to get the most out of each day. And sometimes if you're really sick, the most out of each day may just be enjoying a television show. Other days it may be doing a lot more than that. But I think it's just good to always stay positive no matter what. And my family was recently Hurricane Sandy victims. And I saw that, how natural disaster affects a lot of people. And it's similar to illness in a lot of ways. Some people can't cope with it. Some people strive to get back to normal right away. And, if you don't strive to get normal and get in and start working on your house right away, it'll just sit there and nothing's going to get better and nothing's going to change. And so I saw that, the same attitude that I have towards fighting primary immune deficiency disease, I did fight to get our home back. And I got up every day early in the morning, and I lived without electricity, heat, or hot water for over a month. Every day I made phone calls and did work in my house and did things that I needed to do in order to get our house functional again and get back to modern living. And that really helped, that I didn't let up, and I tackled it with the same determination that I tackle primary immune deficiency disease. And that attitude makes a big difference. People who are prone to depression or feeling sorry for themselves, they don't recover so quickly. from anything. So I think the right attitude makes a huge, huge difference. And on being an IDF volunteer, I gotta say it's given me opportunities to meet other patients and families, also to educate my community about primary immunodeficiency disease. I can say before IDF and all the materials that I've gotten from IDF and tabling experiences and getting out there and reaching out to my community, almost no one on Staten Island had ever heard of primary immunodeficiency before, except maybe the boy in the bubble. Nobody really knew much about it. And now I'll speak, and give a little presentation, and I'll ask people, how many of you have heard me speak before, or how many of you have heard of primary immunodeficiency disease? And the last time I spoke, about a few weeks ago, almost every hand went up, that they had seen me somewhere or heard me speak about PI before. So almost everyone knew a little bit about primary immunodeficiency disease, where a few years ago they hadn't. And that's a big impact. And each one of us, if we could do that, even in our own little towns or own communities, just get the word out there, more people will know. And that'll help with getting earlier diagnosis, earlier treatment, more understanding and consideration for patients. And it really changes things, like one volunteer at a time. So I think, wherever you're at, if you're well enough to do a little volunteer work, IDF has great opportunities. They give you everything you need, all the materials, the educational materials that you need to really educate the public about primary immunodeficiency disease. I also think it's important to lead a healthy lifestyle when you have primary immunodeficiency disease. I try to eat well and exercise and do everything I can to be as healthy as I can. And, when you have PI, you're going to have things that are going to go wrong with you, probably on a lot more medicine than some healthy people, and healthy people who don't take care of themselves, my age. I have a number of different ailments. But because I try to take care of myself, I'm as healthy as I can be. And that's what's important to me, just to do my best and to be as healthy as I can be. And things like your diet and exercise habits are things that you can control. And even fitness, people may get frustrated or overwhelmed at first, but most of us can do something, and you can work with your physical therapist or your doctor and find out what you're allowed to do, and they can help you do it. And even for some pain issues, which I have muscle and joint problems, my exercise routines actually help me with that, and physical therapy has helped me break the cycle of pain. So I think it's sometimes could be very important for your health to be part of, work with a physical therapist and to, keep your mobility as much as possible. So I think it's just great that IDF does this so we can learn more about IDF and primary immunodeficiency disease, and also get to know each other and form relationships that maybe can be continued online or on the phone, and be able to be a support to one another. Because there are special challenges that, as primary immunodeficiency patients, that we are going to face. It definitely helps to have other people to compare notes with, and just to give you little pep talks, to say that they know what you're going through or what you've been through.